Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here. I wanted to do one other little discussion video on the recent reveal of Zenkaiger, the 45th Anniversary Sentai Series. We're due pretty soon to get a press conference and more information, so we might get some changed information, and some of the initial shock might be dulled down a little bit by the fact that there could be things we don't know about, possible more traditional stuff, but this has definitely been, since I've been in Sentai, one of the most surprising looking, not just Sentai reveals, but tokus ever. I mean, there's definitely been some Rider and Sentai designs that have taken a left field, turn. That's a weird, I mixed up phrases there. But there's definitely been designs that have taken people by surprise. I think, off the top of my head, Gaim was a huge one for Rider because it was fruit-based, but it still looked Rider-esque, you know what I mean? And there's definitely been some weird Ranger and Rider ones, but this has definitely been the biggest swing that I've seen in terms of everything. I mean, let's talk about what we have here first. I mean, we first saw a look at Zenkaiger, like the main leader guy, who was a little bit odd too. I mean, he looked very Rider-esque because of the over-accentuated V, but I think that's really the only over-accentuated V. That sounds kind of... Nope. But you know what I mean? Like, I think that really is what makes it look Rider-esque. Because everything else, it's clearly meant to be an homage to Akaranger and Big One. You know, you have the circular design, you even have the little dots, and then the white design with the rainbow colors. So, setting aside the fact that the V makes him look very Kamen Rider-like, this isn't that weird and looks just very much like a retro Sentai homage. But then you get to the other four, and at the moment they appear just to be little mecha robot buddies, kind of like the Go Busters. The Beast Bots, or the Buddy Roids, or whatever you want to call them. And so you have Reds, who is very obviously Daijujin / the Dino Megazord. Yellow, who is Gao King. You have Blue, who is Daiboken, who looks like... They all look repainty, but this Daiboken looks like one of the Bandai America repaint toys. Not like in a bad way, like I don't think it looks awful, but it's just so obvious. And then pink, you have Magic King. And like I mentioned in the video where I first talked about the reveal, I didn't expect them to be this on the nose. When I first read the rumors, I assumed it was going to kind of be like in Bokenger, they did the mecha inspired monsters, and some of them were more obvious than others, but for the most part, there were some subtleties and you might have to think about it. Like, even when you're looking at Ryon, who is based off of Daijujin as well, it's like more subtle, where you might not even think about it right of the way. You might not think about it right of the way, But you know what I mean. And so they're like so on the nose. And honestly, just thinking about them as little robots, I don't mind them. I like the idea of focusing on the mecha. I think the designs actually look pretty cool. But what's so jarring about it is them being a team like this. Like, again, this is predating any press conferences where we might find out about something that changes this. But just taking this at face value, that this is the team. You have this Big One, Akaranger-esque looking guy leading these four robots, is very strange for a Sentai. It's not strange to have a robot in a Sentai. We just had Steel and Beast Morphers from J, and then you just had Q-Ranger, which had some robots, but they transformed into more Ranger-esque forms. And you would have stuff like, in the past, Gosei Knight or Robo Knight, but he wasn't like, the whole team wasn't Robo Knights, you know what I mean? And so it's definitely weird, and I can see why it's jarring, for sure. Even though I kind of dig the design of the robots, it's definitely odd to have them be the actual Rangers. And I saw an interesting comment on the announcement video that someone said, this almost feels like they're doing a backdoor pilot for a new Sentai series, type of Sentai series in the anniversary. I'm like, God, that's so strange, because... I mentioned in the video as well how usually they take the big swings in the Sentai after the anniversary because they kind of want to go more safe and sure thing marketing-wise for the Anniversary Sentai. And, there's always rumors about Sentai being canceled and stuff, and, I don't know how true any of it is, but I definitely know that they're not doing as well as they once were, and they're wanting to do things that bring excitement to it. So, it makes sense they'd want to do that for the Anniversary season, so that's why it's so strange to me that they would take such a big curveball for the Anniversary season that could potentially be very off-putting. But at the same time, if this is sort of a backdoor pilot for the idea of Sentai doing really different things like this, that's actually kind of smart, because you're going to have a lot of people looking at the 45th anniversary, people revisiting it, checking in, because there's going to be cool stuff for the anniversary, and then test the waters for this new formula, so you might as well go all out. So my thoughts are basically, I do like the design of them. I am a little bit off-put by the fact that it's not more traditional. Not in like a, I don't like change way, but, I always look forward to seeing the new Ranger suits, and it's kind of disappointing that as of right now we only have one Ranger suit to look at. But at the end of the day, I applaud the creativity, and I'm just looking forward to getting a good show, hopefully. That's all that matters to me. I think I said exactly this in the video, but I don't care if they're wearing the sexiest Sentai suit I've ever seen or a paper bag. I just want the show to be good, and that's all that matters to me at the end of the day. But I can definitely see why it's off-putting, and it almost feels like is this a prank type of thing? But I'm very eager for the press conference and more details to find out either maybe there is a little bit mix of more traditional stuff or stuff that will explain this further, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated because this will be an interesting topic. But what do you guys think? Now that you've had a chance to digest it, have your thoughts changed? Are you looking forward to the change? Let me know in the comments as always. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get notifications from my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.